When you're factoring, anytime that you have two terms, you want to check to see if it is a difference of squares. Difference meaning that you have subtraction, squares meaning that they're a perfect square. You can take the square root of each term. And so you see in the formula here, you can factor a squared minus b squared into a plus b times a minus b. A is the square root of a squared, b is the square root of b squared. So in our example, 4 squared minus 9, you want to check to see if both terms are perfect squares. They are, because the square root of 4 is 2, so we put that in the first terms of each parentheses, 2x in each one. And the square root of 9 is 3. So we put the 3 in the second term of each parentheses. And then one parentheses will have a plus, and one will have a minus. And that's our final answer. There's really no work to show for this. In our second example, we notice that we have a difference of two terms, but they're not perfect squares. But we can factor out a greatest common factor, which again, we still want to always check to see if there is a GCF we can factor out. The GCF is 3. So we bring the 3 out, and then we write whatever we have left over when we divide each term by 3, which is x squared minus 4. And we need to keep up with the 3, keep the 3 on the outside of the parentheses. We now have a difference of squares, because x squared, the square root of x squared is x. The square root of 4 is 2, and one parenthesis has a plus, one parenthesis has a minus. So 3 times x plus 2 times x minus 2 is our final answer in this example. And then in our last example, 18xy squared minus 8x, again, you do not have perfect squares, so check to see if you have a GCF, which you do. It will be 2x, because 2 is the largest number that can be divided into 18 and 8. And x is also in the GCF because it occurs in both terms. So we factor out the 2x, and we have 9y squared minus 4 left over inside our parentheses. And then we can factor inside the parentheses, since it is a difference of squares. The square root of 9y squared is 3y. And the square root of 4 is 2. And again, opposite signs. So our final answer is 2x times 3y plus 2 times 3y minus 2.